you did a whole bunch of suboptimal plays, but your opponent did just as many suboptimal plays.
Mm-hmm.
What are you really taking away from there? You're going to take away that, man, I won the game, so I just need to do this against this deck. But because you didn't know those were suboptimal plays.
Yeah, so next time you lose a match, try not to take it so hard and lightly be optimistic and try to figure out what you
keep a notebook.
Yeah, I have a notebook on me, and every time I lose, or every time I notice a mistake, I write it down. And just so, like, after the match, I can reflect on it and see what I did, and then just try to learn from it.
And if you're super serious about it, I mean, just write down every match you ever do. And just write little notes about each play you did. Like, what you knew about the board. If you knew anything in their hand, any information, you need to have that written down. And you can go back and look. And not split the thing about knowing the decks in the format. So you know what you should be doing.
So, we're going to get into starting when you're, I would say when you're in an advantage state or a disadvantage state or a neutral state. What I mean by this is, like, let's say I have 5 cards in hand, you have 1 card in hand, I'm at 5, and you're at 20 still, but, like, the board's cleared and everything like that, and I'm a blue player. Well, who's really advantage here? Like, I'm at 5, but you're top decking right now, and I have 5 cards in hand. What state are we in? Like, am I in the advantage state, or are you in the disadvantage state? And, like, knowing when you're in that state is what you need to do. Like, when you're in a disadvantage state, you need to start making bigger risk and bigger plays that get you back ahead. And when you're in an advantage state, you just need to be conservative and make sure nothing bad happens to keep you in the advantage state.
Yeah. And if your deck... I know some decks do like to be in that neutral state.
Mm-hmm.
But you're always trying to eke out the most advantage that you can out of each play. But you don't... If you're playing one of those decks, don't necessarily need to go risky with it. You can take a little risk, but don't go complete risk.
Yeah. Or you tap out for, like, a Teferi, and then you, like, get blown out, and they, like, lightning strike it, then untap and cast Hazard or something like that, and just kill you.
And also think about, like, cards that can get them out of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Like, just think of any out they have and try covering that out as much as possible.
Like, don't be going up against a, like, Boros burn deck, and you have, lethal attacking creatures on board, actually over lethal attacking creatures on board, and swing out for the entire amount of damage, and then them deflecting palm you and kill you with your own creatures.
And if you're really serious about getting better, I would start taking every game you play seriously. Like, just try to maximize everything you do, play optimally, play like it's a win in a match for top 8 for an invitational, let's say, and just get in that mindset now. So when you're in the finals of an actual invitational, you won't feel the pressure to actually, do good, because you always put that pressure on yourself to do good in any match, including FNM.
Mm-hmm.
Just having that mindset can be groundbreaking for your opponent, because they could be, like, nervous when they're in, like, a win-in a match, and you'll be over, you're like cool, calm, collected, and acting like it's no problem because you...
I can get my mindset back to how I used to have it when I first, because that mindset, I actually just thought, man, I'm just bad, and I'm lucky if I win a game. And I ended up winning a shit ton. But the thing is I thought I was bad. Or I knew I was bad, I should say. But me thinking of the way, like, I should be playing helped me with that aspect. But I felt lucky that I won any game. But you shouldn't feel that way. Like, you should actually go into the game and be like, I know what to do here, and this is my game plan.
Yeah.
Don't be like me on my first PPTQ and be like, man, I'm playing Merfolk, and I'm just going to turn to the Lord, and I'm just going to start swinging.
Man, how I used to play was play scared, essentially. Like, I'm like, how do I not die? Like, it's how my mindset was, and it's not. It's a bad mindset to have. Like it's like every time I go into PvQ, I played like the approach deck, and I always played so scared and so conservatively and everything like that. But sometimes like you need to put the pedal to the metal and actually do stuff instead of just like not cast anything on any turn, tapping out. Because like they played Hieroglyphic Illumination. Didn't even cycle it or play it. I was just like, nope, not tapping out. And my opponent be like, oh, he's mind gaming me right now. I'm like, man, I'm not doing shit. I'm just trying not to die. That's all I'm trying not to do.
And also, it's like, especially for new players,
yeah,
getting over the mindset that your life is a resource.
Oh, yeah. Like I know new players.
It's okay to take damage. You do not have to block.
Especially in a limited game. They'll every time they I attack with a 2/2, they'll be like, nope, kill. Yeah. I'm like, you could just took that, go to 18. You're not 0. And you're like, no, I'd rather get rid of your threat, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, alright. Slam, 5-drop. I was like, how's that removal spell you didn't use? Alright. So, consider every option that you have. Even if it sounds outrageous. And if you can, and if it's that proportions, it's great to practice when you're ahead to like, all right, so what can get them out of it? Top deck Supreme Will, top deck Terminus, like anything really, like it can be crazy. Just I know Reduke does this a lot, especially when he's playing Dimir Inverter and like he's set to win next game, next turn. He'll be like, all right, so what can they do here to get him out of it? Mm-hmm. And then he'll be like, all right, what can I do to not let them get that? And when you're ahead like that and you can actually determine that you're in a really good spot. But also just remember to play out anything. Like if you're 98% to win the game and they're at 2%, well, try to make that percentage go down to 0. So
as close to 0 as possible.
It would be a bad story to be like, man, I was gonna win next turn and then I did this, but I tapped out and. Yeah,
and that's also something I don't like hearing players say. It's like, oh, I could have won next turn. Well, you didn't.
Yeah, you're dead. You're homie. Or they show your top deck and it's a glory bringer. And
yeah,
you're at 4 life, and I'm like, but you're dead.
Or they show you their hand and they have like the win in hand for next turn, but you kill them. Mm-hmm. Just like.
All right, the last topic I want to get through here today is doing your research for in preparation for a big tournament you're going to go to. Like, let's say I'm going to regionals and it's modern. Well, I'm going to be damn sure to study like they taught me in high school and make sure it matters. I'm going to go through the top 5 decks and type in Advanced Snowblade on YouTube and then look up the players playing it. And I'm going to see what they're doing and look up the most current deck lists and prepare my sideboard for it.
And look up like the most recent 3 or 4 deck lists for any deck that you're aware that's most likely going to be there. But then also, I would say even have a few of the tier 2 decks that are generally always floating around.
Yeah.
And have at least a game plan. Like, don't have to study those as much. But have like a game plan, like what you need to do
also,
against those.
Like knowing what your format is. Like, say if they play like a turn 1, would it Windswept Heath pass?
What is the most likely deck that's going to be?
Yeah, like you gotta know like
and then like what they're fetching out. What could that possibly be?
Yeah, like they fetch out a breeding pool. All right, well, Infect, Windswept Heath. Usually Infect plays green lands and. That's what I would assume would it be.
Dried Arbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get a Dried Arbor, you're like in tech.
But yeah, just study the metagame. Even proxy the metagame and play it like the night before, and that's really good practice for it. And also writing a sideboard guide. I can't preach enough. Writing a sideboard guide for a tournament is detrimental because you'll like, let's say you're stressed out and you lose game 1 hard, like you got blown out and everything like that. Well, if you go on your sideboard, you're gonna be like, I don't want to play this match anymore. This looks good. Mm-hmm. But like when you have the sideboard guide, it's like, look, out, in, good to go, shuffle. It takes 2 2 minutes off, but also doesn't like when you go through like 9 rounds day one of a GP, your mind's gonna be in a bad mental state. I don't want to think about this goddamn cyborg.
Just throw cards in.
Yeah, just throw cards. Let's go. Take him out. And yep, that's going to be leading off here, guys, today. And if you wanted to reach out to us, we have a YouTube channel, a Facebook page, and a SoundCloud and iTunes and a bunch of other stuff. But also, you can also reach out to, his name's Brent Miller. My name is Skylar Muir. You can add us on Facebook and talk to us. And for that, we're going to log off here. You got anything else to say, Brent?
No, have a good day, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys, for listening to this podcast, and have a blessed day.